With sales volumes on the rise, what does that mean for average prices in Toronto real estate this past month? This and so much more for this Toronto market update video for September 2025. All right, before we start, please like the channel, comment below, subscribe to our channel. That definitely helps out the YouTube algorithms. Thank you in advance. Okay, so this September is usually the start of the fall market. And for those who watch my videos, I'm always very excited for September because that really sets the tone for the fall market. So, as I said at the top of the video, sales volumes are up. And yes, they are up 8.5%, which is great. Like we're seeing like a greater churn of activity in the marketplace, which I think is positive because really things have been what I call somewhat muted. Like last year was the lowest sales volume on record for Toronto real estate in something like 21 years. So that's not great if you're trying to transact. But you know what is interesting is you have to look at active listings and compare that against volumes. Like those who watch the channel know that you have to take both of them together to really understand what's happening in the market. And the thing is, active listings are up 19%. So when active listings are up this much relative to sales volume, prices tend to go down. So what happened last month? Exactly that. Prices are down 4.7%. Now, there's interesting, like I don't want to just paint a brush with the whole Toronto real estate market saying everything's down on average 4.7%. And yes, it is on average down 4.7%. But you have to look at the different markets within the larger market. So condos are certainly softer. There's no question about that. But what's interesting is, yes, the condos that are downtown, midtown, North York, like that make up like the bulk of the transactions for condominiums, is softer on average. And yes, we've seen average prices come down quite a bit. Now, what's interesting is those are primarily like one bedrooms or studio apartments, and those are softer for sure. What is a stronger market in Midtown is what I call the downsizer market, like, the luxury downsizer market that is larger units that really appeals to someone that's coming in from a larger, house and is looking to change of lifestyle and looking for an active, a larger space. And in a premium location like Yonge and St. Clair, as an example, those buildings have actually done quite well and they move relatively quickly, certainly faster than the average compared to, that studio unit that's, right downtown in the financial district. So, really you have to be careful about painting everything with the same brush. Now, freeholds are actually quite strong, relatively speaking, in the market, and certainly stronger than freeholds. And it really depends on where you're looking to purchase. Like the market in Vaughan, as an example, not picking on Vaughan, compared to, let's say, the East York market, well, it's two different markets. Like East York, we're seeing multiple offers on almost all freehold properties that are priced less than 1.5, 1.6 million. Whereas in Vaughan, you're not seeing offer dates. Like things aren't selling in multiples, right? So like you have to be really careful about like saying like, oh, the market's down, the market's up. Like every market, and now more than ever, is behaving very differently. It's all about location, 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 and like within those price points, the same type of asset is behaving differently. So all this to say that this market is behaving. There's some correlation, of course, but it really depends on where you're looking and what neighborhood you're in, and that'll affect values pretty considerably. So like, don't take this 4.7% average price decline as that that to the broader market. So anyways, this is really my interesting little spiel there. Now, month over month, so August is typically one of the, or is actually the lowest average price in the summer. Like typically what you see is prices peak for the spring market sometime in May, slowly come down June, July, and August typically the beginning, and then, or the bottom, and then we see September rise. And that's exactly what happened this past year. Prices are on average of 3.6%, and I'm seeing it. Like I'm seeing it as an active agent in the marketplace. Like I'm seeing properties, even condos, selling more quickly in September than they would have in August. And that's pretty normal. Like, people are on holidays in August. Real estate often is the last thing on buyers' minds because they want to like enjoy time with the family and go on holidays, blah, blah, blah. And they're not actively looking. And so now when people are back looking, the market is a little bit more active that way. But I do want to say, like, this is not like, sort of saying, yay, the market's back. Like, we're back in a full bull market. We are not. Let me just be absolutely clear about that. That is not what's happening. Like, yes, there's softness in the market, no question. We're seeing in the numbers, right? Like, we're seeing active listings rise at a pretty sharp rate. So that typically signals that people are trying to transact. And it really comes down to what you're selling, what price point you're selling, and where you're selling. So those are all the factors in. But all this to say that this is going to be a very fascinating market to track this fall. We're probably going to see at least one Bank of Canada rate decision decline this year, possibly two. I don't know. And that's really going to help ease affordability, which I think is an issue in the market right now. Like, and obviously interest rates have a high correlation with affordability, given that the mortgage payment is your largest component when looking at purchasing, your first home. So anyways, wanted to just thank you so much for the video, for tuning into this video. And I just wanted to keep this video short. We love the questions. We're getting a ton of questions right now from our clients and non-clients. Like, we're loving to hear from the general public who has questions about the market. And we love that you're reaching out. So thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you for next month for October's Toronto market update. Thanks again. Bye for now.